Hi everyone, it's Cherry Enchantress with Pixie Tarot. I want to tell you about that join button down there next to the subscribe button. Press that button and it allows you to become a member of my channel. When you hit the join button, you'll see different levels and options. These tiers are exclusive for YouTube with perks, emojis, buttons, and free lives. Entry level Sparkle of Light only $1.99, Full of Faithers $4.99, Twin Flame only $9.99, and Golden Fairy at $14.99. Platinum Pixie at $24.99 is a big favorite. You'll get evolving loyalty badges as you grow with the channel. Play with these fun emojis and comments and when I go live. Just hit the join button to become a member. And remember, what does it take to fly? Faith, trust, and pixie dust. Hi everyone, this is Cherry Enchantress with Pixie Tarot, and this is your monthly reading for June. I know we're already into June, and hopefully your daily dust will take care of the days that have already passed by, but I'm going to give you a nice overall general energy for the month of June, and this time you get to pick what pile you want to find your message in. So pile number 1, your marker is the protection card from the Oracle of the Fairies. Fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. Okay, and then pile number 2 is purity from the Oracle of the Fairies. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it you will find the answers to your questions. And number 3 is healing. Now is a time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. All right, and I wanted to pick up on some of this rainbow theme, so I have the rainbow heart tarot here, and we also going to have some mermaids come in and give us some guidance. So I have the sea melodies and the oracle of the mermaids as well. So let's go ahead and then don't forget, at the end we're going to also have some charms at the end of each pile. All right, let's take a deep breath in through your nose. Close your eyes, release your breath through your mouth. Now open your eyes and let them be guided to the pile that's meant for you. Remember, it's not just what looks the best, but what your soul is guiding you to through your eyes. All right, and let's begin. And here is pile number 1. So as we were saying, as you probably chose pile number 1 because of this protection card, and the fairies are here to circle this ring of protection around you. This could be for lots of reasons, maybe because you're doing some kind of rituals, you're embarking on some kind of spiritual journey. It could be even when you decide to do some traveling, both physically and astrally. And if you're an empath, or maybe you just never been and felt like you were empathetic before, and now you're starting to feel that energy. There's this protection that wants to form around you and help you. Also, your psychic abilities could be sharpening and getting more in tune, and so the fairies you might see more little orbs and things flying around you because the fairies want to help you in this regard. The protection from the fairy ring of rainbow light can give you more confidence during your spiritual practices and your meditations. So if you need that extra layer of spiritual security, ask the fairies for protection and imagine that rainbow. So there's a rainbow reference for you guys for the month of June. And rainbows are just beautiful, beautiful things that can do all kinds of things for us, like give us hope. But in this case, it's like a light protection. And there is also a chance that the fairies could be nudging you towards somebody spiritual, who it could be a lover, or it could be a new friend, or it could be a guide. But there is possibly somebody new coming in to help you. But be, aware. And also, if you intend on helping somebody else with your new psychic experiences and abilities, especially for like Reiki healing and things like that, you always need to ask permission first with the person that you intend to use healing on. So keep that in mind when you embark on your new endeavors. So funny enough, your Mermaid Oracle card is Time and Tide, Oceanic Spells and Rituals. So you could be doing some special spells and rituals having to do with water and the ocean. The mermaids are very happy for this. Any way that you can connect with nature and connect with them, they're willing to lend you guidance as well. So you have your fairy protection, and now you're going to have some mermaid energy coming through. So you may come across magical creatures like dolphins. There could be lots of signs, especially with shells and other like crabs and other sand creatures and water creatures that are just keep popping up for you. And I think this is kind of a message, a two-part message. One is to get more in tune with nature and with the ocean and with the water, but also get more in tune with things that are toxic and try to remove the toxic products from your life. And maybe also there might be some things that you need to do or are being called to do for the environment's sake. But if you are in the mood and if you are having the intention to do some kind of ritual or spell with the merfolk, and you may want to make some kind of special prayer or word or ritual, you definitely would like to have water involved in it, so you can float in the ocean or make a tidal or just in a little pool or in the bathtub or anything that kind of connects you. You may want it to be a salt related bath somehow. It could be just crystals that you put in your bath, but there's also a warm water energy, so be sure when you go into the ocean, it's during a time where it's peak, in June, a nice really warm day that heats up the water really good. In Galveston, you don't have the problem with that. We always have hot water. Our water's always warm. But you can make your own warm water area. There's other things that you might want to do, is like create a sandcastle or make a mandala or some kind of sculpture. And all of these kind of symbols and earth artistry can help put you in the frame of mind for your ritual, whatever that may be. And it's also kind of interesting because there is a history of sand messages. So there might be some kind of actual sand, something you write in the sand that could aid in your ritual work. All right. From the energy oracle, you got the door to value. So money looks like it's looking up for you this month, and maybe some of your ritual has to do with the door to value. And then I suddenly was thinking maybe a sand dollar is part of your ritual. So don't forget your sand dollars. Or maybe it's not even, maybe you're drawing a sand dollar. Maybe you're designing it somehow through jewelry. Maybe it's a resin kind of thing, whatever it is. Or maybe it's just a visualization, seeing the sand dollar. shopping for sand dollars, having a collection of sand dollars, or just one sand dollar. I love sand dollars. They're so beautiful, aren't they? And it's just neat that that beautiful shape and form is so natural and it's nature made, you know? So I feel like the same thing with the door to value. It's about your finances and your career, and there's just sort of this natural energy that you're exuding this month, attracting things. I definitely feel like a really large majority of you are attracting by doing creative endeavors. And so we have in the front of the door a gold coin that's that opens it. It's in the shape of a circle, like a sand dollar. And then all of these money and coins and jewelries are flowing out to you from a golden city. And so the golden city could be this, like a place that you go to, or a new venture, or a new adventure. And it's just all about new beginnings, expansion, an opportunity coming through. Maybe it's unexpected. Maybe right now you're just thinking, I don't know what you're talking about, but it doesn't look like prospects are good. But this could be just later on this month as something amazing like this happens, especially if you do some nice ritual work where it's sort of healing and grounding and connecting back with nature. Then universe returns the favor by giving you such a wonderful opportunity or some kind of wonderful payback, with a financial payback. So keep your eyes open for this new beginning to appear in your life, and just remember, value is open to you now, and be conscious and creative and get ready to step through that door. And remember also that value is not just a monetary thing, but it goes within. It's how you feel about yourself. And the green man is here. And oh, that's cool, because green and money, okay. And then we did have a little clue that there's maybe a spiritual person coming through, but maybe he's also a financially good person in your life. And we can't forget that the green man is actually a sexually good partner to have in your life. So, and this is saying, all that I desire comes to me easily and effortlessly. I know this to be true, for I am abundant in all that I do. So this is really wonderful. I feel like that is your ritual. That is what you say to attract this abundance. There's a cute little rhyme, with clapping on TikTok about, it's kind of the same kind of thing. It's like, and it's about worth, and I deserve this, and I'm abundant, and all that I do brings me abundance, or whatever, it's, of course, it's rhyming, and it's like a song, like a little rap song. And maybe that's something that you do to attract this money. Or maybe you've been singing that song and you don't even realize what magic it's been working in the background, in the behind the scenes. And then suddenly things are manifesting this month and you're like, what? oh my gosh, my rhyming rap song that I've been singing is actually coming true. All right, so let's get one. I'm just going to get one tarot card. Let's see. Okay, we got the Fool. The Fool came out in the Daily Dust. So this is about adventure time and, embarking on things and getting excited. Something new is on its way. Let's get a little sea melody message here. Stay young at heart, that could be it, like singing little songs and stuff like that. For some of you, some people are like, oh, well, that's beneath me. I'm too mature for that kind of thing, But others of you are like, heck yeah, whatever works. Okay, so let's see. Stay youthful. Stay innocent. Oh, you got generosity. It's when, in giving is when you receive. So what good is treasure if you keep it all to yourself? Okay, money coming through and you get to share it. Sharing it. Let's see what else. One more. Whoop. Ambition. Nice. Set your sights beyond the horizon. So yeah, it's just you've been manifesting, and it's your ability to keep looking and achieving and attracting and using your abilities to bring this forward. So I would say, as far as love's concerned, we need a little love card, don't we? What's happening in the love department? Okay, let's see. What's happening in love? But it looks like somebody new possibly coming in that's going to be financially beneficial to you. Oh, and the green man is like somebody who has physical love language. Oh, it might be giving you a present. Very nice. I'll take that. So, you'll have some kind of memento, something that you will keep from this experience. So it may be more than experience. It may last longer. It may be a lifetime situation that's just starting now, or it could be just a wonderful interlude with a special someone, and you get a memento from them. Because the green man is kind of that energy. He's a really fun guy, but he's not about permanent stuff. He's more about having fun. So some are loving maybe for some of you, but it could turn into something more. So we'll see. Let's see what the charms have to say. Okay, I'm gonna get a few for the bowl. For the shells, should I say. There's some stubborn energy, but keep that hope alive. It's within reach. Be optimistic, and maybe Sagittarius will show up. And it's a rock solid situation. Interesting, and waits. Okay, well, as far as love, I'm feeling that this person can give off, maybe he might give off, or she might give off, player energy or temporary energy, because they're very fiery and passionate. But with the rock here and Sven, the stubborn reindeer, I think there's a permanency here. There is somebody who wants to stick around. And then again, with money concerns, it looks like the doors are opening up for something really fun to come through. And turn towards your spirituality and do some nice grounded rituals that have to do with nature. Yes. And have an attitude of gratitude and a joy of life. Like, get into it. Don't worry about what other people think. If you fall, get back up again. Life is meant to be lived, and not always to be like overly cautious every second of the moment. Definitely, think a little bit, but at the same time, this is about leaps of faith. So I would say a little bit of this has to do with just your plain faith that this ritual will actually work, and that you're actually attracting it. And I think you are, because you sang that cute little song. Anyway, I hope you like that. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, and feel free to comment below. That thumb, though, you touch it and it's got like this little confetti party, and it's really fun. If you're not a subscriber, I would love it if you become a subscriber to my channel. If you like to join the channel, that would be great also. I just really have fun with the members and the badges and the emojis, and going live and chatting with them and hanging out. It's a lot of fun. And even if you're not a member, you're welcome to come to my live sessions where I have really discounted prices. But if you want to get a private reading with me, then just email me and I'll send you a how to go about doing that. All right, I'm going to move on to the next, and you're welcome to come with me. And you pick pile number 2. All right, so you chose purity, and purity is trusting in the purity of your heart and looking inside your heart and within you, and you will find the answers to the questions that you seek. So in this picture, we have a unicorn helping you, not just the fairy, but the unicorn energy. And the unicorn is a symbol of purity. And he is joining the fairy to tell you that it's time to tune into your heart and think about your question and look into your heart for the answer, because really you're the one with the answers to your questions. Even if you it's perfectly fine to be interested in tarot for divination and predicting the future. The future's all constantly moving and shifting, and every choice we make, it makes a ripple effect, and it changes the course of a lot of things. And the outside sources do as well, and not just people, but weather and bigger things, like, say, for instance, the pandemic changed a lot of things for people in 2020. So think about what you truly desire, because more of what happens in your future is what you're attracting to you, right? So that is exactly what you need to do. Go beyond your ego and your mind. Get to that pure, honest place within inside you, the deepest truth, the wisdom, where you can really feel that energy, that's your higher self. And it's a gentle and kind and compassionate place. It's a place in there that supersedes all this worldly, mundane, silly nonsense, basically, when you think about it in big picture form, right? So maybe you're in a situation and you need to shed some light on a circumstance, and you need assistance, or somebody close to you needs assistance. Turning to that pure heart and infusing your heart with the rainbow energy, or seeing yourself as a higher entity looking down on your ego self, or looking at the situation, like pulling away from the situation, have you ever seen those videos where well, sometimes those near-death videos, it's kind of like that. Like, a person can be on the deathbed, and then you see their soul rise up and looking down at them. Basically, that's all we are. We are a physical self with a mind, and then we're also the spiritual self. So, and that spiritual entity is very pure, and it doesn't have any judgment or criticism. All it has is awareness. So it's about you being in an awareness, and that's the way you can help yourself and others too. Or if you're in a situation where you don't feel like you can help somebody else, all you can do is be aware of it. But by being a good example, you're helping a lot, So you're realizing you're a flawed human. Nobody's perfect. We're just humans. And everybody's on their own journey. So it's kind of like no judgment. And then that gives you a sense of peace and calm that you may not have normally found in particular situations, right? Like, we're all on this learning journey, and a lot of us are getting it wrong maybe at times, or we're learning the hard way, or, we're not being fully aware, but I think you're on the road to being aware. Or should I say fully aware? Anyway, your next card is from the Oracle of the Mermaids, and it's vulnerability. This is opening your heart and allowing yourself to be tender. And in this image, I find it very sweet. It's the male or masculine that's the merman. He has the fins, and he's carrying the damsel in distress, so to speak. But he's carrying her, where it seems like, in the movie or in books or whatever, it's the mermaid that saves the human, which makes sense, right? Well, here we have a merman saving a human. So this is the quandary of modern human. There's a desire to avoid pain, right? And to avoid anything that leads to distress and pain. we can't be happy 24/7, but we keep trying to. Instead, we should experience all our emotions deeply and as for as long as we need to. Our joys, our pains, our sorrows, our happy moments, our anger moments. But it's about not dwelling too long in the sorrow. But definitely, if it hurts, it hurts. And sometimes we have to do things that hurt, right? So just think about it, that the very thing that allows you to be powerful and really appreciate the joys when they come is the pain sometimes that comes before. It's almost like, I said this in a daily dust, but like no pain, no gain. Sweeter, there's a Latin phrase, something about dulce et whatever. It's sweeter after difficulty. If you work really hard at something and then you have success, then the victory is sweeter still. If you have to travel many miles to get to something or someone, the landing feels even better, you know. So sometimes these painful journeys can be wonderful. In fact, like in childbirth, you know, there's a pain that women go through, but we forget all about the pain when that baby and that beautiful miracle is in our arms, you know. So it's a lot like that. And so you can't just avoid pain, you have to face it sometimes, right? And I know it's hard to be vulnerable and be foolish, and sometimes you feel embarrassed you know, for being vulnerable. Sometimes you hide your tenderness because you think you're going to be criticized or ridiculed or mocked. And maybe that's the situation you're in right now, where you don't want to show your vulnerability or your tenderness because you feel you're going to be judged. But when you step outside and like rise above the situation and look down on it, kind of like an angel or an out-of-body person, you see how silly it is, because life is too short for these little, you know, worries or whatever. So, you know, we protect ourselves against being abused, and those, you know, we do get that, you know, those things do happen. I mean, this is not about being foolish and jumping into a relationship you know is not going to be right for you. You already know ahead of time this person is toxic. But at the same time, if it's just a reputation that this person has and they've been judged by others, you may want to give them a chance to find out for yourself. Maybe not. But nevertheless, you know what I'm talking about. You know that when it comes to love, there's going to be ups and downs with it. And so you want to be with the right person that can flow with you up and down. And I just feel like, you know, hopefully you're as blessed and lucky as me to have found the right person who's like this, you know, who'll carry you in the moments of vulnerability and not make you feel foolish in those moments. And I think that may be happening here for you. I think your love life is growing to a level where you're attracting somebody who's also very pure and kind. And at first you may think maybe they're too good to be true, but nope, they're there for you. They give you this sense of belonging, you know, like you finally feel comfortable with this person, and you finally, like, we're together, we're a team, we belong to each other, you know. And that feeling feels kind of rare sometimes, doesn't it? Well, I think you're about to experience this, or you may already have, and it's just blossoming more, and you're learning how to be more vulnerable and show all the sides of yourself, because a love that's this true and pure does not judge. It's very accepting. I accept you because you're human, or you're a mermaid, but but nevertheless, you know, we're still flawed. We're not perfect, and we accept each other. So this is all about intimate connections and deep understandings. And maybe some of you may end up going to counseling or therapy or something to get to this point. You may be doing things that help your self-love. So this is a great health month for you. Like self-help, care month for you, where you find things that help you, that's self-love stuff, you know, things that help you, help yourself be vulnerable, help you connect with the one that you love. You may even like already be connected with somebody and do some marriage counseling or some other kind of couples things together. So those are some really nice things that could be happening this month for you. And the energy oracle is so great because it's this beautiful rainbow and it's saying happy family, and it's all about closeness and caring. The rainbow is representing joy and celebration and close connections and family and fun that's attached to it. And so a lot of beautiful times ahead. Maybe this is a great Father's Day connecting that you're going to have with family and friends in June. Could be graduations, it could be weddings, whatever. Or you could have met the one. Maybe you're one of those merged families where you have kids and they have kids, and now you're just suddenly this big family. It could be lots of possibilities, and I think it's just going to be a wonderful celebration. Could be an anniversary, birthdays. Happy birthday if you're a June birthday. And yeah, and definitely if you're single out there and these like, okay, I don't know what you're talking about. These things could be showing up in your, you know, you may be finding a person, maybe they're a single mom or dad, something like that coming through, somebody who's already like built-in family. And, you know, so a lot of people say, oh, that's baggage. And I think it's what it is. It's a beautiful thing to be a parent and enter a relationship, because parents, above all, know how to care, you know they'll understand the vulnerability aspect of love, and they understand the pain of love too. So don't knock the parents out there, the single parents. But if you're in a relationship, then I feel like it's going to grow, and there's lots of joy coming towards you. All right, and our Beltane oracle says hand fasting, so definitely lots of marrying, weddings and marriages going out there, and just like close connectivity. This is a very romantic deck, the love deck. The unicorn could represent the divine masculine. You finally found him, you know. Anyway, this is saying the pools pulse through all that I am, no hidden form is left untouched. I am willing, I am risking, for I yearn for unity, spilled lustrously upon my lips. Whoa, very nice. Yeah, so you're connecting with a really beautiful soul, and see how we have symbols of unicorns and mermaids and male and female, black and white, women together, and or opposite sex. But no matter what your dynamic is in meeting this person, it's a beautiful connection. So I feel like that's number one. Like as far as money is concerned, we need a money well, let's see. We need a money story, but let's get a little bit more love. Where are you headed to next in this relationship? Whoa. Look at that. Open your heart. It's about being vulnerable. See? That's what... So maybe you're not, and you have a perfect match coming through. Maybe you have not... Some of you may have not found this person. So by staying open and keeping your heart open, you will attract this energy in. Love is the highest energy of all. Let it in. And then you will find that perfect match. You complete each other in the most harmonious way. All right, this is very lovey-dovey. Okay, so let's see if the tarot will give us any money messages. Definitely have health too, health and spirit. Oh my gosh. Your card is the Star. So with the Star, that's again kind of like health. It's like healing and cleansing, it's spiritual, it's purity again. And yeah, I feel like, so no matter whether it's in love or in business, your abundance and success will come out of the way you deal with people and how people will see you as so open, so understanding, so kind, so thoughtful. That's where you get your abundance. I know it sounds crazy, but you're doing really well, like in all areas of your life. If there's anything you seek, just keep being the wonderful person that you are. All right, let's see what the mermaids have to say. Okay, you have ambition too. So it's, oh, ambition and generosity. They came out on pile 1, so I'm just going to try again. But that's probably part of your message. Funny that they flipped out again. Okay. Ooh, take the helm. Be in control of your own ship. And dive. You don't find pearls on the seashore. So taking some action, possibly. The ocean, see, we're tapping into ocean energy here. And maybe you're connecting with pile number 1 because 1 had a lot to do with ocean rituals. Be beautiful, mysterious, wild, and free. All right, so let's get some charms. Let's get a few. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, see, I told you, you got the wedding ring. Somebody's getting married. And you have the ruler. I see the ruler, it can be lots of things like, you know, you rule, like you are the leader. You know, you're the one that's taking the helm. But it could also represent the golden rule, which is part of your attitude, like do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And it's totally paying off. I know it seems like some months that doesn't even work. You're like, I'm tired of being nice. Nothing ever happens by being nice. But to be honest, this is the month where it's going to pay off. Your kindness, your goodness. You have the Girl Scout badge or a charm. This is, and the Girl Scout motto is all about, it's kind of like do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Like it is, on my honor, I will do my best to serve God and my country to the best of my abilities. Kind of like, you know, with thoughtfulness, with kindness, you know, with generosity, with courage. So that's very nice. It's kind of an oath. And interesting, oh my gosh, speaking of oaths, so an oath next to a ring could represent you may be writing your own wedding vows. Wow. And then you have the ruby, and then the clock tower. It's like divine timing, like a magical moment coming through. It's so funny because Queen Sugar was saying that my honeymoon, I picked pile 2, and my honeymoon is going to be, or possibly will be, in London. And I am all about the clock towers. If you know me, you know, like I have clock towers and all these different images that I draw in my oracle decks. And they just keep popping up everywhere, partly because I'm all about Peter Pan and Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust. And, you know, when Peter flies off with Wendy and the boys, you know, they fly right past the clock tower. And then another thing is, one of my favorite dreams of all time was flying around on, I could get into detail, but it ends up that I'm flying right by the clock tower and all these bubbles are bubbling up, and I'm with, you know, a special person and in a carriage that's flying, a flying carriage. And it's just like magical. And I see that as ascension, and I see that as finding your perfect match and then ascending with them. So it may not, you know, you may not have all that extreme, but I definitely think that at least you'll have some kind of serendipitous event the moon could be telling you you're going to be dreaming about it first, like having prophetic dreams. And then the wine glass represents, again, celebration. And the ruby, to me, represents beauty and wealth, but also the ruby was buried underneath buildings, like underneath the building, to help give that business power. So here is your money message. If you happen to have a business, if it's a physical building, great. Then bury a ruby at the corner of your physical, like underneath the foundation. If it's like a virtual kind of business, then there's some kind of maybe ruby ritual that you can look up or stumble upon to give your business some extra strength and fortitude and energy and longevity. So there's something like that right there. And if you don't have a business, if you're just, if you're working, that's great too. But if you're working for other people, that's great. I feel like overall, keep that same motto, like do unto others. Stick to your good nature, and you will just do wonderfully. And I hope you like that. Thumbs up if you like it. Feel free to comment below. And then, that thumb down there, it's got like this little confetti party when you hit it, so it's kind of fun when you hit it. I like it. I hit it myself. So anyway, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I would really appreciate you if you became a subscriber. And I forgot to say in pile 1, thank you so much for returning subscribers, for being here. It's a joy and a pleasure to hang out with you guys all the time. Definitely keep coming out to my lives. If you want to become a member, that's another way, and you don't have to join for lots of money. Just $1.99 is the lowest end of the tier, and that can really help me and boost my channel a lot. But it's just you being here, just you being a sparkle of light helps me a lot, and I appreciate it. And I'm going to move on to pile number 3, but you certainly can come with me. See you there. And here is pile number 3. And you chose healing. So healing, now is a time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. And this may circle right back to pile number 1. If you're going to do any rituals or spell work on people or Reiki healing or anything like that, it's important to, especially Reiki healing, ask for permission first, and then ground yourself, and then get busy with it. Funny enough, healing can even happen when you're just being a good listener, and that goes back to pile number 2. If you need counseling, or if you want to be a counselor, so you could be a marriage counselor or a couples counselor too. That's another thing right there. So when you feel heard, or you feel like you're being heard, it just makes you feel better, doesn't it? And all of this definitely is without judgment, because you're a healer, and and you're human. Going back to other piles, I feel like you guys need to watch pile 1 and 2 as well. And when you're in the presence of someone who is receptive to your thoughts and feelings, that feels so good. And that could go back to, a person that you're meeting, somebody, that perfect match in pile 2 that just feels like they get you and you feel like you belong with them. So there's lots of healing techniques. Like you could be a massage therapist, somebody who actually touches and does, I've been learning the different words for the different styles of massaging, the kneading and the hitting and the tapping and all kinds of stuff. And all of those things are really infused with that healing energy. But there's other ways they can do healing that has nothing to do with touching people, right? So it depends on what you're drawn to or what you like to explore. So it could be a career choice even. Or maybe you're the one that's in need of healing, and this is a great month to go get that massage. If you haven't ever had one, this is definitely the month for the first massage. Or if you are, you have plenty of times, maybe sign up for the weekly one where you need it a little more, or go to a chiropractor or whatever. That's just the physical healing, but there's all kinds of other healings, counseling and other things that you can sign up for. So another another great healing thing can be vitamins and over-the-counter stuff. I have lots of recommendations which I should not recommend here, but there's things that I like to take that I've done my research on, and you can do your own research on things that are good for your immune system and things like that. So lots of things out there that can help with healing and help with your health. But one of the main things is sleep. It's amazing healer. I sleep a lot, so that tells you something. Drinking lots of water for sure. And it doesn't have to be just water, but anything, lots of water-based things, fruits and vegetables and anything that has a nice strong water base to it is really good, especially for June and the summer when things get a little hotter and we get a little sweatier. And this whole fairy healing thing, see, she's holding a rainbow, and it's this rainbow energy that's coursing through you this month. And it's this rainbow kind of makes me think of temperance. So a different rainbow came out, and it made me think more of in pile one, it was like the protective energy, the more like a force field. And this is more like a temperance of blending. So you could be blending with somebody, you being like an air sign and somebody being a water sign, or just whatever you feel like this represents to you. But there could be a mix of things that you do that causes healing. So right here, this fairy here can assist you, and you can try conventional or complementary methods, or you can explore even aromatherapy and flowers. There's so many things out there, and I use them all. And also the joy of art therapy, colors, vibrancy, the way colors make you feel. And it's interesting because that's where I've been lately too. I've been drawing a lot of water images, the ocean and mermaids, and it makes me feel very soothed and happy. And that it just, like a tail, has like this natural flow. When you look at it, it's not even moving, but it looks like it's moving because it has this shape to it, right? So speaking of mermaids, let's see what our mermaids have to say. So we've got the number 44, which feels like a magical master number to me, especially when numbers are repeated. They feel sort of magical. And this one is all about arrival, and the journey ends, and establishment, and building, and settled. But before you feel this sense of settledness or completion, you have to embark on a journey. And then once you end the journey, you begin again. It's almost like the Fool and the World card. They both kind of secretly have an alpha and omega energy to both of them. The beginning always has an end, and the end always has a new beginning. And so that's kind of this energy here. No matter where you are in whatever journey you're taking, you could be nearing the culmination, the apex, the climax of your journey, or you could be starting again. So, and then what's lovely about this, it could be a month where you travel. June often is a time for people to travel. It's that season begins where kids are out of school, workload lightens up a little bit depending on who you are, and it's like, now I would like to put in for my vacation, depending where you live too. I mean, we have Northern Hemisphere out there, and we have Southern Hemisphere out there, and depending, and And you know, you may like, if you're in the southern hemisphere, you may want to go somewhere cold and enjoy that, or you may like to travel up to the States and go somewhere warm, or vice versa. I mean, travel is wonderful that way. Travel allows us to be in a different time zone and a different climate and experience trees when we're not used to trees, and mountains when we're used to flatlands, you know. So travel is amazing, and the architecture and the beauty, and you may even be liking to travel underwater or do some kind of, maybe some kind of spa experience, or you know, group club kind of, going to some kind of group activity where you're, or cruise, or I don't know, where you're with a group of people and you have these activities to do. And I don't know why I'm not thinking of the word, but anyway. So, and some of it could be deep sea diving even. Like, there's so many possibilities. So, but this is also talking about home. And sometimes you're a stranger in a land, right? Or sometimes you don't even feel like, sometimes you feel like you can be a stranger when you visit family, you know, like certain people, just you don't feel like you completely recognize them, or you don't feel as comfortable with them as maybe you once did. But there's times where you feel like you know, you click with those people and you're coming right back home. And that's how you feel. That's how pile 2 felt. Like when they feel that person, it's a click. It's like, I'm home. It's, I belong. And you may be feeling that too. You may be finding that place too this month, or you may be searching for it. And this is the month for you to search. So here we have a little turtle, and turtles know their home, and they know where they were born, and they like to, you know, they use their homes as their protection, right? And that sometimes that's it for us. Another thing that's great about home base could be just that base, you know, that you launch from. Like, you can travel and then always go back to your home base, right? I watched a really fun, Love It or List It show where they were remodeling this lady's house, and her mom was moving in, but she was getting a trailer because she wanted to explore the world, but she just wanted to have a home base, right? So they converted the basement to be a place where she has like a little kitchenette and a place to sleep, and then, you know, whenever she comes back and needs a little resting period, because we all, you know, it's like traveling can get tiring, and being on the road can get tiring, and it feels good to be a home base again. I don't know, I just like that. I'm kind of like this energy. I feel like that too. Like, that would be something that I would want someday in the future, a chance to travel and then just have a home base to come to, to sit and reconnect. You know, you may be building memories, lots of memories. My nephews went off to Greece, and like, can you imagine the memories that he'll have now from that amazing adventure. So there's lessons too. You could even travel for school and learning, and there's lots of you that do that already, and that's pretty amazing. And making friends. You could be traveling because you have a love, a long distance love too, or they're traveling to you. And so that traveling energy is just really exciting. So connect with a place and a space, you know, and I feel like that's what's happening this month for you. Connections, this place that you can call home. And sometimes home is not a place. Sometimes it's just within, and sometimes it's with a certain group of people. So it's like my cousin Anya, she's always on the go. I think she's considered now her place, her home base, but really her home, I seems to be with her friends, right? With your companions. So, but I feel this month is kind of like your time to come home, whatever that is to you. And it still might be an adventure and traveling and exploring, right? And then visit, and then go off to your next adventure again. Anyway, the homelands is kind of where you know yourself, right? And where you feel connected and most yourself than any place else. Just like when you hug your divine person, your counterpart, and you feel like you just came home. And that's maybe something that you're experiencing this month. Also was thinking maybe it's also home renovations too, something like that, or somebody helping you renovate your house. Here we have another rainbow coming through, and this is from the Energy Oracle, Door to Happiness, Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. So thank you. That's a lot of good that's coming through. And so when I do these monthly readings, I try to tap into all aspects of your life, wealth, health, romance, love, spirituality. And this reading has new beginnings all over it, starting a new adventure. And here we go again. This is new beginnings in your personal life. So you could be tapping into that new person or that new financial thing or the new location. You could be moving. This is a harbinger of positive change. This light-filled door opens up onto a lush, rainbow-lit spring filled with vibrant lotus flowers. We have a little bit of spring left this month, and then around the 20th, 21st, we'll go into summer solstice. So enjoy this climate now while you can. So whether you're working on some inner healing, which we touched in the healing card, or you could be breaking an addiction or making some external changes or finding a new place to live, or, your life is just getting better. It's opening up. New opportunities are about to appear. The changes you've been working on are ready to bloom, and there's wonderful results coming. So make sure you see your personal intentions through with continued action and an optimistic attitude, optimistic expectations. Just really believe in it. Believe in it. Believe it is yours to receive. And with the Beltane Oracle, we have the Maiden, another double number 22. This is saying, demand what is yours and take back what was taken. Reclaim until you've gathered all of you. So you're really, really focused on getting back home of yourself. That could be one thing. It could be multiple homes. It could be, you're moving. It could be having to do with the love in your life. But I think as far as healing and spirituality, it is connecting with the truth and the true you again. You're connecting back to who you are. And then those of you who have been wronged, or people have stolen from you, or you have had some kind of injustice happen, feel like this is the month where it's all coming back to heal you, we want to reimburse you for the trouble that you've been through. All right, so let's see what your tarot has to say. All right, let's see. With the rainbow heart tarot, maybe just one card. We have so many cards already come out. Okay, nice. Very nice. We have two cards. And look at that. We have rainbows. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. And so the Nine of Pentacles is sitting pretty. This is you winning money. This is you living a life of luxury. This is maybe you found or maybe you've spruced up your home, but everything, your surroundings are beautiful, abundant. You're doing really well. You may still be living the single life in June, but there are clues that somebody's coming through. For those of you who are single, if you're not single, then this is you just being abundant, and your person helping you be abundant, probably. There's a lot of energy around you that's assisting you and supporting you, and all that flowing hair. I'm going to go see the Little Mermaid today, and so it's like a mix of, it's like that. It's like with the red flowing hair. And my sister with the red flowing hair. Oh, it's Nine of Pentacles is so lucky. It's like wishes coming true, dreams coming true. Everything that you wish for is coming true. And if you wish to connect with somebody and you still haven't connected, that is coming true too. The Page of Pentacles is definitely stability, money, finances, all of that coming true for you, coming through. It's abundance. Your rainbow is smiling through. That's what I think. Okay, let's see. Let's see what your love message is too. Okay, this is perfect. Now, normally I would shuffle this, but this was like a channeled message. Your rainbow smiling through. So your dreams are coming true, which is what the Nine of Pentacles is saying. And have faith, your rainbow will come smiling through, is what I just said when I saw the Page of Pentacles. So it may not happen in June, but it definitely, there are clues to it. And I think that this maiden here is, this is for you if you're single, okay? This is, if you're not single, then I feel like you may have a sense of independence and vibrancy, but plenty of money and a lot of new beginnings and new exciting things. You could be moving in with your person or something like that. But if you're single, there's some clues to somebody coming through. May or may not happen in June, but definitely keep the faith because your rainbow is smiling. And it could have something to do with travel or your location or where home is for you, your homeland somehow. There's a change of scenery or something like that. The Page of Pentacles represents the tangible, the physical, something that you can hold and be sure about. Sometimes it also represents, I see it often representing the wedding ring, the engagement ring. You know, it's like a physical gift or something that somebody's handing you. So it's feeling grounded, you know, it's taking in the senses. You're a student of the earth. You're going to experience a lot of hands-on physical things this month. I think this month more than anything is finding yourself, but you're getting really close to finding your perfect match as well because you're finding yourself. And I think that's the message here. All right, so let's see. Let's get a little bit from the mermaid. These are called Sea Melodies. Ooh, and opportunities coming through. You will prove yourself and discover you have braved the rough seas, right? Okay, you've braved the rough seas. All right, and dance. Take inspiration from the moonlight dancing on the surface of the sea. Very nice. Okay, let's get some charms going. All right, let's see what we have. So we have good. Oh, look, you got this big wad of money. You have a lot of stability this month. Your money issues are not a problem. You have, oh, a crown. You're the divine feminine. So you're the Empress energy. And we have the elephant, which represents family. Yeah, like homeland, like the family, or feeling familiar, or something feeling kindred and good. It could be a person too that you're meeting that feels like that. Like, have we met before? Do I know you? You know, something like that. You have the bicycle. It could be about exercise, but also movement. Sometimes the bicycle feels like it's moving slow compared to a car, but it's really quite fast compared to a person walking. And then we have number 24, which is the number of love, or that could be a specific date this month, and 16. And then you have angel wings. Angels are protecting you. You have French fries, and I feel like French fries represent your, you're welcome to have your indulgence a little bit this month, because I feel like health-wise, you're doing really great. And there's not a whole lot you have to focus on there. It doesn't seem that way. It seems like life is good in that respect. But if you have some healing that you're doing, and that healing has to do with cutting habits, like eating the wrong things, then an occasional fry may not be such a bad thing. Or maybe this is saying cut out the French fries. I don't know. You can take it the way you want to take it. For some of you, it might be just saying, hey, go ahead and have those French fries. Or maybe it has something to do with France. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you like that, you guys. Thumbs up if you like that. Feel free to comment below. Push the little thumb, and you got this little confetti party right there, and it's really exciting, and you'll just have so much joy watching it. And then for those of you who are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you'd like to become a member, I would love to have you. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. You know, you subscribers out there, or anybody really, you can level up and become a member. And before I go, I'm going to shout out my members. So thank you, Sparkles of Light, all my Sparkles of Light, Guacamole, Stoya, Divine Pearls, Maurice, Divine Goddess, Patricia, Andres, Jim, Alexis, Miss Fred, Giggles, and Rainbow, and Esmeralda, Gloria, and no name, and my Full of Faithers, Wolfie, Baby Doll, Mary Joy, Laura Ochoa, my twin flamers, Jolene Sutton and Luisa Silva, and my one and only Platinum Pixie right now is Claudia Lane, and then my patrons, Trini and Terry. I don't know, some of my patrons flew the coop, but thank you. Thank you all for your support, especially those of you who supported me for a long time. Like, thank you, Melanie. That was a lot of support over the years, and I really appreciate it. And you know, I just enjoy doing this for you. Any way that you can help me keep the channel going is always appreciated, but just you being here is the most important of all. So I'll see you at your next reading. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust. And remember, if you want a private reading, definitely email me and I'll send you a how-to. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.